Hi guys, this is Tabiasobi, and today, that's a little bit overly dramatic, but today I will show you how to unlock every single character in 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Now first off, for folks who are in a hurry, this guide will start out with a quick list of unlock requirements for every character. Time is money after all, and I don't want to waste yours. And then after that, this guide will then list the specific paths for the 6 characters that require you to actually clear specific story scenarios in order to get them. For ease of use, I will add chapters in the video so you can skip to the specific characters that you want to unlock. Also, for additional unlock conditions in order to further progress every character's story, what I did is also post a story at the Renya Gazette Journal website or rjj.com. That'll basically show a full guide for like 100% unlocks. Yeah, so anyway, I didn't want this video to get overly long, so I'll just add a link to the description to that particular guide. Okay, so that's the quick rundown. Now I'm going to go more in-depth, specifically in terms of getting those last 6 characters that I just mentioned. Yeah, so in order to unlock them, you basically need to clear specific event paths from the stories using other characters. Yeah, so for Keitarou Miura, as I mentioned earlier, you can either unlock him by playing one of the event paths for Natsuno Minami or Shu Amiguchi. Now personally, I confirmed Natsuno Minami's path, so here is the specific pathway that you need to take when playing her story. By the way, note that playing certain paths might first require you to go through a different path in order for it to unlock, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so here's the specific pathway. Anyway, to access this path, you will need to first finish Natsuno's prologue. And then after that, you'll need to pick her story again, and you will start out at the girls' track and field room, where you will see the unfortunately named robot BJ. No offense to all you folks named BJ around the world. Yeah, so anyway, BJ, which stands for B and J, basically has escaped from Natsuno Minami's locker once again. Yeah, so what you need to do is check Natsuno's locker, and then the keyword hiding place will be added to your thought cloud. Yeah, so bring up said thought cloud and then consider the hiding place keyword, and then Natsuno will have the option to remember what happened earlier in the morning. Pick that, and then after an earlier scene plays, you can place BJ in your PE bag and then leave the room. Yeah, so walk all the way to the right, and then the option to go to Tokisaka Shrine or Tokisaka Jinja will appear. Anyway, once you're at the shrine, BJ will conjure several options for you. Go ahead and pick the sector with the question mark, and then pick 1945. Once you reach the wooden school building, play out the scenario until you get the option to go to Ayami Pass, and then continue playing out that scenario until Natsuno and Keitarou meet in front of Tokisaka Shrine. Keitarou will then be unlocked. Up next is Yuki Takamiya. Yeah, so like I said earlier, Yuki can be unlocked by playing a specific path for either Keitarou Miura or Natsuno Minami. Yeah, my Japanese friends are going to be horrified by my pronunciation, my westernized pronunciation. But I'm doing this for a Western audience, so there. Anyway, I've personally confirmed Keitarou's path, which I will now list. Anyway, I was able to unlock this path after clearing the first 2 paths from the Kaede riverbed for Keitarou, which are flashback battle in 1945 and then heading to Sakura High School. So those 2 paths. Once you've cleared those 2, load up Keitarou's story once again, and then from the starting point in the Kaede riverbed, head right and then click on the secret Sentinel building. The keyword 1945 will then be added to the thought cloud. So click that keyword in your thought cloud and you will get the option Site of the Factory. Click on that too, and then Keitarou will head to the site. Once you get to the playground, talk to the little girl and the keyword Chihiro will be added to the thought cloud. And then head right towards Sakura High School and you'll get the option to look for Natsuno Minami. Yeah, so head to the gate and then pick Enter School Grounds. From the next area, head right to enter the old school building. Yeah, so play through that instance and then head left to return to the front of the school. You will then meet Megumi Yakushiji, who will tell you where Natsuno is located if you present her name via the thought cloud. And then chat with the track club members, and then Natsuno will eventually show up. Use the keyword time travel on Natsuno, followed by the keyword wooden school building. And then once you get to the old building, present the keywords BJ and Sentinel to trigger a scene. Yuki Takamiya will then be unlocked after that. Up next, we got Tomi Kisaragi. So Tomi can be unlocked by clearing a specific path in Yuki Takamiya's story. Here's a look at that specific path. You will start out at the roof, which you will then need to leave to progress the story. I actually ended up striking conversations and unlocking keywords in the hallway and then the athletics building, though I'm not quite sure how much of that is necessary for this specific path. You'll definitely want to get Natsuno's secret notes from the club room though, because you'll be using that throughout Yuki's various paths later. Anyway, in order to get that, you just need to have Erika Aiba distract the club member who's standing watch just outside the club room. In the club room. Yeah, so once you're inside, open Natsuno's locker to get her notes. Ultimately, you will need to have 2 keywords in order to access the right path for the Girl with Red Glasses event. The first is Natsuno Minami, which you already have from the start. You'll need to use that keyword on the track club manager, who is standing outside the athletics building right next to the track captain. Talk to her and then present the keyword Natsuno Minami. She will then bring up a recent incident involving a fire in the North Building. You will then acquire the keyword North Building Fire. Anyway, return back to the rooftop and Nenji Gouto should now be there. Present the keywords Natsuno Minami and North Building Fire to him, and you will acquire the keyword Girls Bathroom. Use the new keyword on Erika Aiba by the door, and you will head to that location. Once you get there, investigate the scene and make sure you pick up the red glasses on the floor. After acquiring the glasses, return to the school hallway and look for Tomi Kisaragi. Chat her up and present the keywords Girls Bathroom and Red Glasses to trigger the requisite scene for finishing the path. Tomi will then be unlocked. Up next, we have Nenji Ogata. So Nenji can be unlocked by either clearing a specific path for Tomi or Megumi. For my game, I have personally verified Tomi's path, which goes like this. You'll start out in an area with Miwako Sawatari. Eventually, Nenji will show up, and you will acquire the keywords the Ogata House. Talk to Nenji and he will give you a canned soda. Go ahead and drink it and then keep talking to Nenji. You will then acquire the keywords Dead Kaiju and My Apartment. Now, keep in mind that each of those will actually open up different paths. In order to unlock Nenji, you'll want to talk to him and present the Dead Kaiju keyword. Tomi and Nenji will then investigate the Dead Kaiju, further shedding light on the ongoing conspiracy about the machines. Nenji's story will then be unlocked. Now up next, we've got Renya Gouto. In order to unlock him, you actually need to clear Keitarou's 4th event path. Here is the quick rundown for that path. Yeah, so this path shows up when you have the keyword Natsuno Minami in your thought cloud. Click the keyword and you will get an option to head to Sakura High School. Enter the school gates and you should have the option to go to the athletics building if you've received the information from Megumi about Natsuno's whereabouts. Talk to the track club members who are hanging out at the athletics building and you will acquire the keyword Tokisaka Shrine. Open up your thought cloud and then click on that keyword and you will get the option to go to Tokisaka Shrine. Examine the entrance of the shrine and Natsuno and BJ will show up. Keep talking to Natsuno and you will get the option to travel to 1945. Upon arriving, leave the shrine and then go ahead and search for Keitarou's sister. After that, you will run into Tamao Kurabe and then an event will unfold. Renya's story will be unlocked after that. And then last but not least is Ryoko Shinonome. So unlocking her story requires you to clear a specific path for either Nenji Ogata or Yuki Takamiya. Personally, I have confirmed Nenji's path, which goes like this. Anyway, I'm not sure if you need to clear paths 1 and 2 first, but the key here is to make the first train pass. Now, just in case clearing the first 2 paths is required, you can trigger path 1 by going right and then talking to Yuri Fuyusaka, then boarding her train when it arrives. This will also unlock the League of Darkness keyword once you clear it. Path 2, on the other hand, is triggered if you wait for Tomi Kisaragi's train So in order to access path 3 from the starting point at train platform 1, just head right and talk to Yuri. Yeah, so while talking to her, you can use 2 keywords, which are League of Darkness, and then Ki. Like Ki-E-Y. Ki. Eventually, Iori's train will arrive, and she will board it with Okino. Do not board the train after them, so just wait. Once their train leaves, head left and you will run into Ryoko. Talk to her and use the keyword Ki. Another train will arrive and Ryoko will board it. Make sure to follow her. Once you're inside the train, head left and this will trigger a scene. Play through the scene and Ryoko's story will be unlocked after that. Anyway, there you go, how to unlock every character in 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I was actually thinking of also covering the unlock requirements to progress each character's story to 100%, but that'll make this video too long, so I'll be putting that info instead in the written guide that I mentioned earlier. As always, if you have any thoughts or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. Once again, this is Tabi Asobi, and thank you for watching.
そりゃ全部よ。きっと隅々まで調べられる。
裏山、いや、断固許せん。心配すんな。そんな変態行為放っておけるか。
お